Well, I'm glad we won the game. Obviously, for us, it was a little sloppy at times. Execution needs to be better. But, I think the good thing is we got to see, a feisty team, an athletic perimeter, athletic on the perimeter team that hopefully will help us down in our next few games. I'm disappointed in our execution on both ends of the court. We've got to get a lot better, but we've got time to do that, and I'm confident that we can.
Questions for Coach? Maria, you able to ask questions? All right, other questions, please.
Coach, during Western Kentucky, the team wasn't really to get a great lead or momentum going until the second half, and it was kind of the same in this game. What key factors or what has to change in the second half for you all to get that 20-point lead or to get the larger lead that's happened in the last two games?
Well, our first quarter, we shot over 60%, I think, from the field. The problem was we had too many turnovers to start the game. And, we just needed to get shots up. You get shots up and you're putting points on the board at a pretty good clip. I thought defensively in the second half, I didn't think we guarded very well. I didn't think we guarded one-on-one. We got to get down and guard, and that's, it has to be a priority for us to defend better. So really those two things will take care of a lot. You take care of the basketball, you get more shots up, put more points on the board, and then if you prioritize defending on the other end, limit some of their easy buckets, and that lead grows.
Just a reminder for everyone to please use the hand raise feature to ask a question in Zoom. We'll go to Will Backus.
Yeah, you already kind of talked about turnovers, but you had 24 tonight. I guess, were you kind of hoping that issue was a little bit behind you after the Western Kentucky game? And what do you think was the biggest difference for the increase tonight?
Well, I thought we were trying to do a little too much with the basketball. I thought we were trying to hit the home run play instead of making the easy play. And, the way we've practiced in our first game has not looked like that. So that was a little bit out of character for us. I'm hoping it's a little bit of an anomaly, but we obviously addressed it. We're going to address it and make sure that we continue to focus on valuing the basketball.
Kenny.
Thanks, Eric. Coach, how you doing? After a very close game last year in Johnson City, did you go into this contest maybe with a little bit more respect for this ETSU team?
I'll say this. I don't know that I've ever gone into a game and not respected my opponent, regardless of who it is. I hope that we always present that to our players as well. We don't treat this game any different than any other game on our schedule. We go in with the exact same preparation. But I do think our players understood that this team is very capable and also very motivated. I think you're an in-state team playing, you're just down the road. I think that's a big deal. And we talked to our players about that so that, there was no overlooking of this game.
Maria.
Coach, Marta's out here putting up free throws. Just so you know, I know you're back in the media area. And then just talk a little bit about Ray Burrell and how far her game continues to come.
Well, first off, I'm not surprised that Marta is shooting free throws. She shoots a lot of extra shots, period. Ray Burrell, again, we have seen this all summer, all fall. This is who she has been. She's been consistently playing this way. She's played so well. And, I think the difference for her, she's playing with so much confidence right now and making really good decisions. However, she's still playing aggressively. And I think when you're playing aggressive, and you're making good decisions and you're finishing like she is, it leads to some pretty good play. So proud of her, really proud of her. And it's been fun to watch her. But again, that performance, not a surprise for her.
Will?
Yeah, in the second and fourth quarters, I think you guys shot a combined somewhere around 30% from the field. I guess, is that a concern moving forward? And what are some ways that you can hope to fix that inconsistency at the end of each half?
Yeah, we didn't shoot well. I didn't think we worked for good shots. And I think when you realize offensively, you got to be willing to work for great shots, not just take an average shot. If you'll be willing to work for great shots, your shooting percentage will go up. And right now, I think we're a little quick on the trigger. I think we're not as patient as we need to be offensively, and that will come. But I think that's our next step, finding that patience to get something great.
Ben?
Coach, I know it's only 2 games, but what do you feel like you've learned about your basketball team through 2 games?
I think our post play has been pretty consistent. I think we need to get the ball inside more. We talked about that. Our defense has to get better, period. I think that's across the board. I think our pace has been good. I think getting up and down the court has been good. Obviously now after this game, a little inconsistent with our decision making. And then we can still get better offensively. And I think can make a big step there.
Maria?
Some of your newcomers, made a big splash in the opening game and sort of fell back to earth in the second game, but that's basketball. I mean, every game is going to be tough. Do you think this was a good experience for some of the young players to see that it's never going to be easy?
Yeah, I think so. I think, again, one of the things that I like about this team are the options that we have. We have a little bit more depth. We have people that we can bring in. And I think that's going to require you to step your game up a little bit. You've got to go out and perform, and that doesn't just happen. I mean, you have to work for it, and it's not always easy. So I think that hopefully that lesson's learned, and hopefully we can, still find some positive productions from all of our players moving forward.
And one final question from Maria.
Coach, the stakes are about to get a lot higher. You're about to go on the road. Obviously, you got West Virginia on Sunday, but what have you guys got to do to get better between now and that game?
Well, I think there are a couple different things that we're looking at now. And I think first is we need to correct some things from this game. We need to be a better basketball team, regardless of looking ahead. And, some of that, I think we can be a little bit better disciplined boxing out. Obviously, we talked about taking care of the basketball, valuing it each possession, working harder on offense to get a better or a higher percentage shot. Overall, just top to bottom defense needs to be better. Those are the things that not only will they help us be a better basketball team moving forward, they'll help us in our next game regardless of our opponents. So, I think those things are really important. And I think we can. I think our players understand that, I was disappointed. I'm glad we won, but I was disappointed. I wish we'd have played better. But, hopefully it's a learning experience, and, you just have to look at it as tomorrow we have an opportunity to get better, and we need to. If we want to continue to be competitive in every game, we've got to find ways to get better. But that's true of any team at this point.
All right, we'll take one more question. Kellie Hand.
Hey, Coach. Jordan Horston coming off the bench, adding 12 points. Can you talk about, her impact that she has on your guys' team, being able to do that coming off the bench?
Oh, yeah. She's obviously extremely talented. And, having that, having her come off the bench right now, it really kind of gives us a spark. When she comes in, she's an instant threat when she's out there. And I thought she played much more relaxed. I thought she looked much more comfortable out there and made some plays. The game kind of came to her, knocked down some shots. And obviously she's a dynamic player. And but I think the good thing is we've got so many players that we think can make plays. That it's not, there shouldn't be any pressure on anybody on our team to make plays. And so I think that's how she played tonight. I thought she came out and just let the game come to her and found some success doing that.
Thanks, Coach.
All right. Thank you, Coach. Senior Renai Davis. Questions for Renai, please. Maria?
Renai, I know you didn't like having to sit the bench for most of the first half with those early 2 fouls. Just how much did that affect you? But then when you got in, you're obviously very efficient with your scoring, but how frustrating is that to sit?
It's very frustrating, especially for somebody like myself who, kind of been working on playing without fouling. And today I just picked up too early. So that was kind of irritating. And then having to sit the whole first half was also irritating. And then going in the third quarter and picking up another foul was also irritating. But just being able to play through that, I thought was a growth moment for myself. Just then going back out there and being able to be efficient and do whatever the team needed me to do. So I just feel like I growed in that area today.
Will?
I know you mentioned you were frustrated, being on the bench, but as a senior on this team, even when you're sitting over there, what are some ways that you try to, I guess, impact the game and maybe even take up as a leader?
Yeah, I just got to stay communicating with this team. I know that, I understand that. So since I was out for so long today, I was able to see a lot of stuff from the sideline, and I was communicating that back with the 5 that were in the game, especially the point guards. I was talking to Jordan Walker a lot today and just telling her some of the stuff I seen over there, and it was translating on the court.
Ben?
Renai, what have you seen from Ray to explain this step forward for her this season?
Well, I think to start off, I think she's been more consistent. I think she's been aggressive, obviously looking for a shot, which I think she's been, but I think now it's coming within the offense, which is great for us. I like having somebody else on the wing that can score, equally as well. And then teams have to guard us straight up. They don't have to just focus in on one person. So it's nice playing out there with somebody like that.
Maria?
I know you haven't had time to look at any film or anything yet, but just what have you guys got to clean up or get better at before you play West Virginia this coming Sunday?
Yeah, I'm gonna say turnovers. That's what I'm gonna guess. Without watching any film, I'm gonna just say we need to work on our turnovers. And I do think though, prior to this game, I think that we were doing pretty good at handling the ball, even in practice, like up until this game, just taking care of it. I think today we took some steps backwards, but I do think we'll get back on track in that area.
Will?
Again, no film watch, but when you talk about turnovers and taking steps back, your coach mentioned that it was trying to force the issue a lot that led to a lot of turnovers. From your perspective, what do you see as kind of the reemergence of that problem?
Yeah, some of them early on, I think we were trying to make some of the home run plays, as Kellie likes to call it. And then I think toward the end, I can only speak for myself. I think some of the turnovers are just I just don't think we were really like in the flow of things toward the end. And we were getting a lot of foul calls, a lot of turnovers, like back to back to back. I just think we just wasn't really in it toward the end as far as like being as present as we could have been.
Any final questions for Rennia? Okay, thank you, Rennia.
All right.
Will.
Yeah, Jordan, a career high 5 steals today, and you guys as a team had more steals than Tennessee has had since 2018. Was that kind of a point of emphasis in the offseason and even when you guys were game planning for this week?
I'm sorry, can you repeat that last part?
Oh, I was just saying, were steals like a point of emphasis for this team in the offseason, trying to affect pass lanes and get in there maybe without fouling?
I wouldn't say steals. I would have to say just locking down and playing solid defense. And then steals will come along when you lock down and play solid defense. So my goal was just to make sure my girl didn't score and have my teammates back if they needed my help. And the steals will come along. So
Maria.
Jordan, you've started games as a freshman and come off the bench as a freshman. As a sophomore, look, you're coming off the bench right now. How does your mindset change, or does it, whether you're starting or coming off the bench?
It doesn't really change either way. Like when I get in the game, I just know I just got to play my game and I got to bring what the team needs, no matter if I'm starting or if I'm coming off the bench. So I'm just glad to be here. I'm glad to be getting in the game. So, when I get in, I just got to make the most of it and play my game, play hard, and just do what I got to do.
Ben.
Jordan, Coach Harper and Renai both talked about turnovers when they spoke with us. And from your perception, what do you think the root of the issue was with turnovers tonight?
I honestly don't know. I'll have to sit back and watch film to really answer that question. But like Renai said, we have been taking strides in the right direction when it comes to turnovers. Like even in practice, we showed that, we're a way better team than what we played today. But, we just had to get after it in practice and just work hard and really, focus in on taking care of the ball. So, but like Renai said, we have shown that we are a way better basketball team than that. We just had a bad game with turnovers.
Maria.
Jordan, on Saturday's game, it's been a strange offseason, I realize. You seemed a little tentative on the court. Tonight, you looked like you were a little bit more in the flow of what was going on. Just how are you feeling out there tonight?
I was going through some things which I personally don't want to talk about, but Coach, she called me yesterday and she said, I just want you to go out here and I just want you to play your game. Don't worry about anything and just have fun. And so that's what I went out there and did. I just had fun. I didn't think about anything. And basketball is my outlet, and I just let it be my outlet today. I just have fun.
It showed. I mean, you were more of the Jordan that we're used to seeing. Do you think that's a mindset you could keep going forward?
Oh, yeah, for sure. For sure.
Can look a little bit ahead to West Virginia. I know you haven't seen film on them, but that's a big game for you guys, isn't it?
Yes, definitely. Every game is a big game for us, but, we just got to take it one team at a time. So no matter who we playing, the next team that we play, that's a big game. So we got to look at it like that.
Any final questions for Jordan? Okay, thank you, Jordan.